from the standpoint of the people. Well, there's been a lot of reactions, a lot going on in Nigeria at the moment, different things happening. But very recently, there was a leaked audio in the public domain that caused a lot of Nigerians to, express diverse opinions about the way things have been going in Nigeria, and especially regarding the just concluded presidential election and some of the factors that played out during that process. Well, I want to believe that a lot of Nigerians have heard about it, and maybe not, but I'm sure a good number of Nigerians have heard the conversation about the leaked audio involving Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi and a cleric, a popular cleric, Bishop David Oyedepo. The two, according to that audio, allegedly had a conversation around the just concluded presidential election. The details we'll get to listen to very soon. But this morning, we'll be looking at some of the issues surrounding that leaked audio. And this morning, we heard that Mr. Peter Obi has vehemently denied that he wasn't in any way connected to that audio, that it was doctored. Well, let's take a listen to this audio, and then I'll be back to introduce my studio guests and get the conversation started.
Good morning, Daddy.
Praise the Lord. How are you, sir?
Fine, Daddy. Good morning, Daddy.
Amen. In Jesus' name, we are going to get a bright result.
Thank you, Daddy. When I hear this your call and prayers, Daddy is very dear to me. And like I keep saying, if this works, you people will never regret this support.
Amen. Amen.
You know.
We look forward to God's intervention.
Thank you, Daddy.
We look forward to God's intervention.
Thank you, Daddy.
We look forward to God's intervention.
Amen, Daddy. Daddy, I need you to speak to the people in the Southwest. Your people in the Southwest and Kwara.
Okay. I've been in touch with Kwara people.
The Christians in the Southwest and Kwara. This is a religious war.
I believe that. You know, I did the release, Nigeria going forward.
Yes.
And I'm coming out with the second one today.
Thank you, Daddy.
I wanted it out before when they won't have any time to do damage control.
All right, let's just leave it at that. That was purportedly hard before the presidential election, according to the content of the conversation. But in an election that a lot of analysts have adjudged to be ridden with a lot of ethnic sentiments whipped around election in a bid to, get the to sway Nigerians, so to say, now for votes and everything. This is coming as a shocker to many of the followers of the presidential candidate, Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Obi, and of course the followers of the other party as well, Bishop David Oyedepo. Well, before we even get to some of the fundamental issues, let me quickly introduce my studio guests, Mr. Tolu Babale, a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you for inviting me. Good morning, Nigeria.
Yes, we would also have the spokesperson of the Labour Party in Ondo State join us this morning. It will be here in no time. My name is Obi'S and quickly let's analyze that audio. I'm sure it's not the first time you're hearing this this audio file. What would you say about it? Could this be true?
Well, I'm a legal practitioner. I'm not a forensic analyst, but from what I've heard, that was the voice of Peter Obi, and that was the voice of the General Overseer, Pastor David Oyedepo. So if anybody is coming to say that it is not the voice of the people, we are waiting for the proof to tell us how they cut and join the voices that are so clear, so unambiguous, so vivid, and that is easily identifiable, coming out, coming from the people who made the statement. And we are waiting to see how they are going to deny the audio. But to my mind, the audio is not only true, it's factual. How it came out is what Nigerians should be concerned with, because it happened to them today. It can happen to anybody. We should only talk about it, that it is not fair on the part of whoever leaked the audio to have leaked it. But to say that they are denying, well, I don't know. I leave that to their conscience. But to us, to me, the audio is nothing but the truth.
Okay, there are so many sides to this conversation. Immediately, this audio was leaked. The spokesperson for the presidential campaign council, that's Kenneth, one of the spokespersons, Kenneth Okonkwo, was out to deny that audio was manipulated. According to him, it was manipulated, it was doctored, and probably taken out of context. We didn't even know what to believe, because he was here and there in a bid to deny that leaked audio. And then the bishop himself, the Sunday after this audio was leaked, was in church, and he wasn't really clear about whether or not he was the one in that conversation. It was his voice that we heard in that conversation. All he said was trying to dance around the issue, and saying that he usually gives politicians advice during elections. The ones that listen to him always come back to thank him. Those that do not listen to him always come back to suffer for it. Well, and then this morning, Mr. Peter Obi also said that was an attempt by his detractors to demarcate him, and that he never said anything pertaining to the election being a religious war, as we heard in that audio. And then he goes ahead to say that there are pressures on him, according to him, that the APC specifically now is putting a lot of pressure on him to go on exile. They want to force him, according to him, out of the country. And then the question of, this is not the first time we're hearing of a leaked audio. At some point we heard that there was an audio involving the PDP presidential candidate and one of the governors in the north. And then we heard again that even very recently there was an audio clip that was purportedly credited to the APC presidential candidate as well. In this era of
audio leakages,
election and audio leakages, what would you attribute to whatever it is that is happening? Because personally, I don't understand. What do you think is really happening in the country's electoral process?
Well, that is to tell you that we are yet to get it right. Nigeria communication system is still very porous. That is just it. Communication between two people is supposed to be private. No third party should not even hear about it. And we have laws in this country guiding all those things. Even when the audio is, security agencies can demand for the release of such audio if they are probing anything or they are investigating any matter. But there is a procedure for it. But in this one, we don't know who is leaking the audio. But all we kept on hearing is denial. For example, Kenneth Okonkwo, his denial is neither here nor there. Why he admitted that yes, it is the communication between the two of them, or the other breath.
He said it was doctored.
He said it was doctored.
Taken out of context.
Taken out of context. What is the original context? They should play it to us so that we can know whether it is actually taken out of context. But as it is now, we have no choice than to believe what is still in the public space. Then to our man of God, the pastor, who also denied that he also had him saying that he has never campaigned for any party in the past. That's not correct, with due respect to him, because he is renowned to be making such statements during election. There was a time he said he will open the gate of hell for people who are not going to support Goodluck Jonathan that time. And it is also renowned to have made a statement in this recent one that the number of votes APC will get will determine the number of mad people in Nigeria. That is not good enough, coming from that kind of class of Nigerian. The man is at the topmost echelon, and his courage should show what he actually represents. So all Baba needed to do is to calm down. Let Nigerians decide who rules them. In fact, in democracy, with due respect, God does not have any say in democracy. I'm very sorry to say this. I'm also a Christian, but God has created heaven and earth and allow people to dominate the earth and rule themselves. So it doesn't concern God. All we need to do is to pray to God to please control the heart of whoever emerges. And that is why you saw so many men of God failed in this election with their wrong predictions about the person that will win and the person that will lose. So on this video, audio, if they are saying it is quoted out of context, they should they should let us have the original of the conversation. And to Peter Obi, who is saying that he has never made this election around the religion, I also disagree with him with all due respect, because I heard him saying on a video that said, "Christian, take back your country." What is that one? Is that not religion? So he went to all the churches, all the big churches. He went to Dunamis. He was on video. He went to mountain of to Pastor Chris in Canaan land in Ota. It was on video. He had meetings with Khan. It's everywhere. So it is about religion, and it is not good enough, because the problem of Nigeria is not religion. Like I do say, I will continue to say, religion is just an opium of the society. It's what our men of God are using to capture the gullible minds. That's the way I look at it. So what has religion done for us in Nigeria? In China, there is no religion, no Christianity, no Islam, nothing. But when you look at the society in China, it's well advanced. Everything works. In Japan, they've not even had so many few of them had heard about Christianity and Islam. But Japan is one of the best countries in the world. In Korea, there's no religion. So what is the fuse and hue about religion in Nigeria? What is you see churches everywhere, but then what do we have in return? So we should de-emphasize religion. De-emphasize it. Let us put a government, whether Christian or Muslim or pagan. The most important thing is for the government to provide road, to provide water, provide good hospital, and provide basic amenity, and make education affordable to the people. Our religion should be humanity and nothing more. So we should care less about religion. Religion is just a personal relationship between one person and God. It should remain at that. That's the way I look at it.
Now, emotions are heightened at this point after that audio was leaked, because around that time as well, we heard in the news that, in fact, it was everywhere, and even the television station involved in that conversation has been sanctioned by the regulatory body. But at some point, we had the vice presidential candidate of the same Labour Party as well saying to the public on national television that the inauguration of the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu must not hold on the 29th of May, and that if that happens, that would automatically translate to the end of democracy in Nigeria. Coming from the same party, do you think that Mr. Peter Obi and his running mates are truly Democrats as the claim, or there is more to it than we already know?
Democracy is a game of number. When election comes, whoever wins, the other person that loses should embrace the person, congratulate him. And that is why English will say, be magnanimous in victory, and be gallant in defeat. It's a very simple thing. It's a very good tenet of democracy. And if you are not happy with what happened, you go to court. Going to court is part of the electoral process. Without testing elections in court, the cycle is not completed. So it is when you now go to court, the court will say whether the election is in social compliance or the election is against, the rule of law. Court will decide it one way or the other. But before the time, there's nothing stopping the person that has won from taking that office. That is what is in the Constitution and the Electoral Act. So I do not see anybody that can stop the inauguration of the incoming president, because the process has been completed and the remaining one is in court. So while the court is going on, Nigeria cannot be on a halt, because the president that is there now, we have to leave whether we like it or not, on 29th of May. His mandate does not extend beyond that day, and a new president that has been elected will have to come in. So if anybody is saying that they should put an interim government, it should show us in the constitution where that is stipulated, because the transition system as entrenched in the constitution is very clear. After every 4 years there will be an election and the winner will have to be sworn in. So anybody that is advocating for interim national government is committing treason. It's very simple, and the way they are taking this election is not supposed to be. I saw a video where a particular political party went to army headquarters. They were begging, kneeling down and crawling. The army should come and help them. To do what? It means they do not even value this democracy. We fought for this democracy. I was a student union leader. I know what it cost me to fight for this democracy. So why are you now calling the military? Why are you now calling the military? Anybody that does that should be behind bars. Honestly, it's an enemy of Nigeria. And to the president and the vice president of a candidates of a Labour Party, where you will see the way the Obi is going about the whole thing. He's been tactical. He didn't say much. But Dati Ahmed, what he has said is not good. Let me tell you one incident about Dati Ahmed. Dati Ahmed contested the election of Kaduna South with McCarthy in Kaduna, I think in 2003. No, 2007. Dati Ahmed was declared the winner by the INEC. McCarthy went to court. Dati Ahmed spent close to 2 years in the National Assembly using a mandate that was not given to him, until McCarthy went to court and he won his case at the Supreme Court before the court asked Dati Ahmed to vacate. So now the same Dati Ahmed has now turned around to say that somebody who won election, when he has already gone to court, should not be sworn in. That is double speak. That is speaking from both sides of the mouth. So nobody can do that. Nobody can hold up to ransom in Nigeria. The swearing in would definitely come to take place on 29. Committee has been set up by the president, and the committee is working. And nobody, every Nigerian is expected to condemn the call for interim national government, because that is a call for anarchy. Because there is nothing like interim national government in our constitution. Assuming, without conceding, that there is a security issue that will not even make anything to work. Assuming, for example, that the president that was elected and the vice president died, for example, God forbid. Anyway, what the law says is that the president should hand over to the president of the Senate. But you know that on 11th of June, the National Assembly will have to be dissolved for a new one. Assuming that the whole National Assembly perished, what the law says is that the president, the Chief Justice of the Federation should be the person to be handed over to and to conduct election within 6 months.
Not an interim.
Not interim government. It's not even part of our constitution.
Okay. Right now, I want to welcome the Labour Party spokesperson in Indo State. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you, and let me apologize once more for being late. I had a mix-up with the time. Thank you very much.
Okay, you've been on the program not once, not twice, not thrice, but it's okay. We are post-election. I want to believe that the zeal is, but probably the zeal is not the way it used to be before the election.
Well, the commitment of the obedient movement and the Labour Party still remains the same, and that's to good governance, and the zeal is there.
Okay, now
the passion for a new Nigeria is there, so we are good to go as always.
Good. Thank you for coming on the program once again. So have you by any chance seen the audio that has been in circulation for a while now? It's everywhere in the media space, social media space.
Yes.
And it's been causing so many reactions among Nigerians, both the ones that are partisan and even the non-partisan Nigerians alike, how would you react to this election, to this audio tape?
Okay, thank you very much. Let me start by coming from the perspective of someone who just began training in artificial intelligence, and someone who is in the IT world, apart from being a pastor. You see, the narrative of that audio, we are in 2023, anything is possible. And so
with technology.
I'm going to be very, very objective.
Okay.
Now, what is the source of that audio? That's the first question. If the source of that audio is not from the NCC, as the NCC has come out to say, we are not the source because they control whatever we do in telecommunication. They have databases. If it's not coming from them, if NCC had come out to say, okay, we release this audio, or so person had access to this audio, my objectivity will be different. But if the audio is not emanating from NCC, then it now brings me to another question. I will not sit down here because what we represent, or what I represent in the Labour Party, is to stay with the truth. So for me to come out outrightly to tell you that that audio is false without first looking at the necessary indices is very wrong. That would be just
indices
like one, the source of that audio.
Okay.
Two, the conversation. Is that the totality of what was discussed? If the source is from NCC. That's number two. Number three, as a student of artificial intelligence, you understand me? There's something I created some fortnight ago where I was in a discussion with Donald Trump. I can play it for you. And you hear Donald Trump's voice.
Do you have it here?
I posted it on Twitter. I will try and I'm coming. Let me try and look for it.
Okay,
I posted it on Twitter, but
maybe we would do that in the course of the program, because thank God you're even a student of AI, like you said. If you hear your principal's voice, the question I'm asking is direct to you. If you hear your principal's voice without having to overthink or overdo, do you recognize it?
Now, the AI is such that there is no difference.
There is always a difference.
Now it's you see, there are technologies that when you go to intelligence, there are software you subject the voice to, or the audio to, that shows you the pitch, the timbre of the voice. It
and
shows
the tone.
It shows
and the texture of the voice.
Now, to the ordinary ear, you can't distinguish.
Okay, let's play this audio again.
Okay.
Probably would have a better understanding before we go on to other questions.
Good morning, Daddy.
Praise the Lord. How are you, sir?
Fine, Daddy. Good morning, Daddy.
Amen. In Jesus' name, we are going to get a bright result.
Thank you, Daddy. When I hear this your call and prayers, Daddy is very dear to me. And like I keep saying, if this works, you people will never regret this support.
Amen. Amen.
You know.
We look forward to God's intervention.
Thank you, Daddy.
We look forward to God's intervention.
Thank you, Daddy.
We look forward to God's intervention.
Amen, Daddy. Daddy, I need you to speak to the people in the Southwest. Your people in the Southwest and Kwara.
Okay. I've been in touch with Kwara people.
The Christians in the Southwest and Kwara. This is a religious war.
I believe that.
Okay.
Can I comment?
Yes, comment.
Now, do you make a phone call with a music background?
No, the music is from the studio. Yeah.
No, the music is not from the studio.
No, it's not from the studio.
Do you make a phone call with a basic background.
I am not arguing with you, but I just want us to be objective here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I may not be a student of AI like you, but I am also very vast when it comes to technology.
Okay.
This is an audio file that has been subject to an external party.
Okay.
So probably a sort of editing has been done just to give it a feel and everything, but that is not to say that.
But you also believe
the one I have here.
You also believe then.
I don't believe anything here.
Now
we're just trying to make sense.
The one I have here does not have that.
Let me
let
me quickly, if you permit me.
Okay.
Apart from the AI, just 4 days before this audio was released by propagandists, I have an audio of where the APC media campaign leader, what's his name now, was said that it's time for them, in a very stipulated language, it's time for them to start pushing out propaganda against P2B. It's here on my phone.
Okay.
And I can play it.
Can you?
No, yes.
Before you play that, let me quickly ask you if there is some sort of disconnect between your presidential candidate and some key or principal officers, that, as you might want to call them, within your party, because immediately, probably out of overzealousness, or I don't know what to call what Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo did, immediately that audio file was released to the public space, he was quick to say that even though that was a conversation that helped, it was manipulated and taken out of context. Just a few hours ago, your presidential candidate was in the news trying to refute, to deny that it wasn't part of that conversation. Now, in your own view, objectively speaking, how would you marry these contradictions?
Okay. Let me. That's why I say when for me, I stand with the truth. Now, like I said, if I were not to be somebody or a student who has just enrolled in artificial intelligence 6 months into the program, if I heard that audio, I would tell you. If I were called immediately, I would tell you that is PO, and that is Bishop. But I am a student.
But the bishop himself did not outrightly deny this audio.
Bishop said he has not. Now you see. I'm not. Let's objectively look at the narrative. Bishop came on Sunday in his service and said, "I have never campaigned for any presidential candidate." Wait, sorry. And I will never campaign for any presidential candidate till God calls me. Now, if Bishop said that publicly, and on the audio he had told, in quotes, in the audio as stipulated or as painted, his head telling PO, I believe, okay, I will, and even concord to the suggested religious war between, you see, a man of that capacity and integrity will not stoop solo to do that. And that's why I say we must be objective. You understand me? And if you will permit me, let me play that audio in a Twitter space. I don't know, okay?
May they bring, let us, this time is no more time of being same. If they say Asawaju is a drug dealer, P2B is a drug dealer, P2B is whatever, myself, Douglas was giving, they're not going to bring and come near me. They won't. They're not bond them well. They know bond them well. It's both for gas. If you tell me Shetima is Boko Haram, P2B is hip-hop, bond. If you want cry, cry. If you want break your head. The time for being civil is gone. We have won the election.
Let it play.
We have won the election. So when they bring that their nonsense, give it to them back. I was expecting the time of that election when they were pushing all sort of nonsense junks and this is what the one that they do with that what is his name, This
because of our time on this show, we don't have all the time to spend
I can
here.
forward
Before
it to
you go ahead,
okay.
before it has already played it, that the purpose has been achieved.
Okay.
Now, what exactly would you say about the way the Labour Party ran its campaign, objectively speaking now? Because the allegation that's been leveled against you in the audio you just played yourself was that there were lots of propaganda that was deployed by the Labour Party before the election.
Let's begin to name one. When you talk of propaganda, the question is, was Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I have nothing against him, was Bola Ahmed Tinubu ever involved in a drug-related case? The answer is yes. Because the facts are there. And that's what Nigeria should be concerned about. The facts are there. The documents are there. As regards to the sex of the said Bola Ahmed Tinubu who graduated from Chicago. You see, what we have there is a female. Are you trying to tell me that all these years in the certificate, Tinubu did not know that it was a female that was there? And even if an institution as prestigious as that could make that mistake, it couldn't have been corrected all these years? Are we talking about the issue, what's his name? Senator Dino Milai.
Let me help you.
Okay.
I am a journalist and I'm the moderator here, but
Okay.
I wouldn't allow for any sort of misinformation. Now, one of the greatest critics of the Bola Ahmed candidacy during the election, prior to the election, a very popular social activist and journalist, Mr. Hundeyi, despite the fact that he wasn't on the same page with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was hard to say that he personally found out and confirmed from the Chicago State University, that the president-elect actually graduated from that school, and even the school itself came out to refute all of these claims that you're just laying to public space.
No. The school has not refuted.
Without having to
Please let us not waste our time over.
Without having to digress, it's because you raised the issue, and that's why I'm reacting to it. So that
You said we ran our campaign on propaganda, and I'm asking which propaganda.
One of the greatest propaganda that
Okay.
the Labour Party was perceived to have run its campaign on was using religion and ethnicity.
Muslim ticket.
Religion and ethnicity. All this what you're saying are just allegations. That
Okay.
Was Peter Obi not accused of detaining a lady
And
for
the
close to 9 years
the-
and
the-
was also involved sending somebody to India to pick drug?
Okay.
Was he not on the social media space?
Okay,
Let us not go into
let me
all these issues.
Without having to digress, all these issues have been laid to rest before the election. These were some of the pre-election propaganda that we saw at that time. Let us not change the topic. The topic here is about the video, the audio clip that was leaked, the content in that audio.
The audio is falsified. The audio is falsified, is doctored.
So are you saying that Kenneth Okonkwo lied when he said that the audio was real but it was taken out of context?
Kenneth Okonkwo spoke just like I'm here. Pio is not here. And I am relating to you based on the information I have.
Oh.
Without verifying.
You understand me?
Thank
With what I have on ground, like I said to you, Kenneth Okonkwo is not a student of AI. And I'm telling you that this tape I just listened to is doctored, it is falsified.
That is your personal opinion. We are not all students of AI. I'm a lawyer. That's your personal opinion. Please.
Every person who is, for example, the original audio that I have started recording before it began to while it was still ringing. While it was ringing, it was already being recorded.
Okay.
Now, that's why I said we need to be objective. It was already recording before even the ringing was recorded. Now, if that audio, that's what I'm telling you, emanated from NCC, there is every possibility that we can now say that that audio is authentic. Are you understanding me? I'm trying to be as objective. If it came because NCC, if I make a call, it starts recording on their database before you even pick. But if NCC has come out to say that audio did not emanate from them.
You can emanate from anywhere.
What NCC did was professional. It was not officially.
So are you trying to say they lied?
No,
Excuse me, please. This guy is just taking the whole time here. Let me also contribute to this program. Please.
You will. We would have to open the floor to Nigerians to call in at some point, because this is a messy situation. Now, the NCC only did a professional. How would I put it now? Was just clearing its name. Staying away from the old scandal so that it doesn't affect their own professionalism, and I think that was the right thing for them to have done. But
so on what basis are we discussing this? If the body in charge has distanced themselves from the authenticity of that audio, on what basis are we discussing it?
That NCC came out to say it did not release the audio.
Does not exist.
The veracity of the audio.
So how did it come
where
out?
we have hackers? Okay, let me not even argue this with you. The issue we're discussing this morning is based on the way democracy has been run so far, especially in this election. Nigeria has been divided for years, but I think this is the worst we've had so far during the electoral process. And they said there's no smoke without fire. I remember vividly that during the election, Mr. Peter Obi was also caught on video saying that the church should take over their country. And this also, caused a lot of reaction at that time. Probably that's why there's so much fuss about this new audio file. People are just, trying to marry what he said before and this thing, and it's looking like it could be real after all. Now, do you think that Nigerians are justified to have this kind of feeling?
In what year did Peter Obi make that statement?
In what year?
The church take your country back.
During this election.
That's wrong.
Okay.
Peter Obi made that statement. Confirm it, please. We are journalists. Before we throw things, Peter Obi made that statement while addressing youths way before he even picked up interest in the press. It was still while he was in PDP. He made that statement.
But he said the church should take its country back.
He made that. Let us get the facts right.
Let's open
he was not.
I understand that you're just trying to do your job, but
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to stay with the fact. Journalism should be all about reporting the truth. That's what it should be all about.
These facts that
it's obvious.
They are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Now you said while he was running his campaign.
Yes,
the man one narrative. That's a lie.
No, that's not.
He didn't say it while he was running for campaign. Peter Obi never campaigned on the basis of religion.
Let me tell you. Let me give you one or two instances.
Let's say your reaction.
Yes, thank you. Peter Obi was in Dunamis in Abuja. Was he not? He went there. Peter Obi was in this altar. What's the name of the church now? The bishop that just
Winners.
Now. Winners. He was in altar. Peter Obi was with Christian Association of Nigeria. Peter Obi was Catholic. Was with the Catholic Reverend Fathers. He went to all the religion leaders. Can you tell me when Peter Obi,
as well as Tinubu did?
Tinubu went to both religion. Even when, excuse me, please, when they were making issue of Muslim Christian ticket, Tinubu gathered some bishops in Abuja. You people came with propaganda that they are not bishop, as if you have school of studying bishop, as if there's a school where you go there, they will give you certificate of a BSc or BA bishop. So the people came out to say we are bishops, but because of the propaganda on religion issue, you said they are not bishop. But you cannot tell me where Peter Obi went to any mosque in this country throughout the campaign. You cannot point out one to me. But Tinubu went to the two religions. But Peter Obi kept on going to big churches.
Which church did Tinubu go to? Was he in Redeem?
Tinubu's was excuse me.
Winners?
Excuse me, please. Excuse me.
No, you are saying he went to two religions. Which
Tinubu went to Redeem. Tinubu went to Redeem Church to see Pastor Oyedepo. Adeboye.
Okay, let's
and even excuse me, please. And he made a statement up till now that is still ringing in my mind in that church, that it was in this church where his wife was ordained as a pastor that Baba called him Father of nation.
Did P2B not meet with Muslim clerics?
Okay.
Which clerics?
Let's
In the
go to
north?
report now.
Which clerics?
Of course
When
he
was
did.
that?
Let's
When
go
was
to
that?
report now for
So he made the whole thing,
Nigerians
a religion issue. But
So,
Nigerians have now said we have no
Wale,
business with the
Mr.
religion.
Wale, please, let's be calm. We do not want to muddle things up here. We'll open the portal for Nigerians to call and tell us what this oil issue looks like to them, their opinion on the audio file that was leaked, and even going forward for our democracy, what this portends for Nigeria's electoral process. Hello, good morning. 09081778793 08162519991 08162519991 is the number to call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning. My name is Olashuko Eniola.
Okay, good to have you.
I am speaking from Owo.
All right.
Now, election has come and gone. Someone has been declared. Now, the argument there is not about whether somebody went to church or somebody went to mosque. The argument is that we are all living witnesses to see what happened in Nigeria. But the truth about it is that there are a lot of lessons learned in this election by everybody who contested and those of us who went to vote. And believe me, if there's going to be another election in Nigeria, it will not be business as usual. This election took everybody unaware because majority of us do not think it will go this way. And now, if you look at the result declared, Tinubu came first for APC, and Atiku second for PDP, and Labour Party Obi came third, according to the result declared. And now, I am still surprised that so much noise is being made about Obi, who came third, and what are we insinuating? So the case is in the court now. It's not a situation that people are talking the way we're talking. I think patience is what we needed for the court to decide what they needed to do concerning this.
All right.
Whether we like it or not, Nigeria remains Nigeria.
That's right. Thank you
And
very much.
And everybody that is talking in that studio, they are all Nigerians.
Thank you.
And then since we are all Nigerians, we should put one thing behind our mind, that Nigeria is Nigeria, whether you like it or not.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Olushupo Eniola from Owo. It's nice to have you on the show. Let us see. We have a few comments on Facebook. I will be doing that intermittently. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, fine. What's your name?
Hello?
I can hear you. What's your name? Okay, sorry we lost that. You'll have to call us again. Or more again, it's Soredo on Facebook. Well, we're live on Facebook at about 8.9 FM. You could drop your comments there and we'll try to read them all out. Okay, the 6 months AI officer shouldn't have come to mess himself up here. I don't know what that means. But please, we do not allow you to insult our guests on the show. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Tolu is a typical politician, always trying to have his way by not allowing co-guests speak. Election has come and gone. Well, that's a direct attack on you.
Well, just joking.
Okay.
Just joking because I lay my fast bare. So when the fast speaks for itself.
All right, keep the comments coming, and we'll try and do the ones we can. Hello, good morning. Your name again?
Hello.
Your name? Okay, now a lot has been said about the post-election saga, the back and forth we have seen so far. Mr. Dati Ahmed's comments. Labour Party's suit has been filed. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Banji from Ondo.
Mr. Banji, please turn down the volume on your radio.
Okay. Hello.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I can see there is that you don't allow that Labour Party man to say what he wants to say. You are both attacking him. It's not good like that. We're all Nigerians. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. But I don't think that's true. He's been talking, and we've been allowing him his time as well.
Right, took most of the time.
Thank you very much, all the same. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Mike, come from Okutikpa.
Okay, good to have you, Mr. Mike.
Yeah, I just want to contribute to this this program. I think the election have come and go, but what happened in the time of that election is of what we cannot forget. Yes, I want us to learn one thing: truth must stand. Let us allow the people that go to court, let court put the judgment, and after then, the person that wins shall continue to move forward. I want to say the man there, the gentleman there that is speaking, allow each other to speak their mind. Don't attack each other there. Don't attack one another there. Somebody go to church or mosque to make intention known. It's not concern of anybody. What we need is just the transparency of the election and the truth. And it's fair not to say. That means that our conscience, we needed to question what is really going on.
Thank you very much.
So stop attacking each other there.
Thank you, Mr. Michael from Oyedepo. But sometimes when we have issues here, it could get heated. So it's typical of political discussions. But thank you very much all the same. The reason we are citing some of these issues is because some of them do not align with the constitutional provisions of the law of the land. For instance, it is totally wrong. We have a lawyer in the house. That's what the law says about campaigning around ethnicity and religion. It's just very unconstitutional. So yeah, we're saying all of these things because this is not going to be the last election Nigeria will hold. We have a lot of years ahead of us, and of course, as the people will still go to the polls over and over again. So we don't want some of these things to happen again, to be repeated. Yeah, history, they say history repeats itself, but some of these things are not palatable. They are not healthy for the country's democracy. Okay, let's see if we can take just one more call. But good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Tosin.
Your name is?
Tosin. I'm calling from Accra.
Tosin, thank you for calling.
Yes, I just want to say, based on what the man in Labour Party is saying, I think you should just give both of them time to really say what they want to say, and you allow them to express themselves. Thank you.
Okay. You've been expressing yourself, I believe. In all fairness, Mr.
Well, there are certain things I would rather keep to myself, owing to the fact that that's why I kept on insisting that just like the law is the last hope of the common man, I also believe that journalism and media should be the last resort where the ordinary common man can find truth, But in all fairness, I am quite aware of my principle and what I signed up for. And that's why, just like he said to Kadiri, I'm never afraid to speak on his behalf on any platform, because I know that I do my findings. I'm not a blind follower. I follow in truth, and I follow in all honesty. We might not have been privileged to own some of the outfits or control the narrative of what the people hear, but as much as we can, whenever we have the slightest opportunity, we get to say the truth, not attacking anybody. In all fairness, you are quite professional. For someone, let me don't say it. Let me leave that.
Okay. Okay.
Let me not say that.
Now I have to interrupt again. I hope your friends out there will not say that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We are good to go. Thank you, my friends.
Yes.
You say my friends.
Your friends. Yes.
I don't even know the callers. That's unfortunate.
That was just a joke. Okay,
Right.
so now going ahead, you're in court and you're protesting. Your party is in court and you're protesting.
Nigerians are protesting. It's not Labour Party. Nigerians.
Are these Nigerians not in any way affiliated with your mandate, with your vision, with your party?
If you say Labour Party,
with your presidential candidate.
If you say Labour Party is protesting, it makes it. People went out to vote. People felt their mandate were stolen. Whether it is PDP or Labour Party, these are Nigerians. We are first Nigerians before we got affiliated to any political or personal inclination. So Nigerians are protesting, and they are protesting peacefully. Thank you.
Peacefully.
Yes.
That's the highlight of his opinion. Would you also agree with that?
Well, Nigerians are not protesting. Nigerians are very happy. Only the few people think that number 3 should become number 1, who are very desperate. They are the people protesting. They went to army headquarters. If you are protesting that your mandate has been stolen, is it not court that you are supposed to go? Why going to army headquarters? Why calling for interim national government? All the cause is just a reflection of what the Bible has recorded in the Solomonic judgment, where 2 women are fighting because of a baby. The owner of the baby, the person who knows from his conscience, from her conscience, that she was not the owner of the baby, said King Solomon should cut the baby into 2. Give her one part, give the other woman the other part. No, if we let her cutting the baby into 2, the baby will die. The other woman, who is the owner of the baby, said, please, Kabiyesi, do not do this. Let the baby be living in the palace. When he grows old, he will know his true mother. That is the situation that we have on ground.
Okay.
Labour Party and every other person who believe that they want to win from 19 states out of 37 are protesting that APC should not have it, we should not have it. Let there be interim national government. It will not happen in Nigeria because Nigeria is being ruled by the constitution. Thank you.
To the Labour Party spokesperson, I'm sure you're aware that we cannot, by any means, as Nigerians, compromise on the existing peace that we have as a country. The little unity that is left of Nigeria cannot be thrown to the dust. And some of these actions by the people you refer to as Nigerians that are not affiliated to you, according to you, seem to be exerting some sort of pressure on the peaceful coexistence of the country. When we have a situation that some people are calling for an interim government, they even said the military should take over. Do you think your presidential candidate is doing enough to tame his followers?
Well, for me, let me
quickly, because of time.
Let me say this quickly. Number one, we've seen the trend of my principal, who has always said that obedience should stay calm and follow due process. And for us, I wouldn't want to, because I don't have anybody in power. So, and I know that it's a constitutional infringement for me to begin to discuss issues that are in court already. But however, we are demanding, or Nigerians are demanding, that those things we saw, like, a double standard of justice. We saw people come out publicly in open space, I'm rounding up, to declare that some certain tribes should not vote. We saw mayhem released on some people, and then you are not, and these people are affiliated to the people who are in power.
Does that justify this calls for interim government? Is that what you're saying?
Who are the people calling for interim government? Definitely not us.
Your vice president is calling for it.
All we are saying is, if the constitutional requirement was not met, then do the right thing, because that's why I say I don't want to discuss things that are already in court.
Okay.
Constitutional requirements were not met, you called somebody a winner.
Okay.
If it was not met and somebody was declared a winner, what is the implication?
That is your opinion. When you look at the constitutional requirement was met and the winner declared.
For today, we have to go. Thank you very much, Mr. Todd Babaleye and Pastor Stanley. Yeah, thank you. You came late such that we didn't have enough time to engage.
It took most of the time.
Until next week, when we'll be back with another edition of the program. Let us remember that Nigeria is ours. Like everyone has said, we cannot compromise on the existing unity that we enjoy. Thank you for listening.